Hello everyone! I'm happy to see you on my channel, and I've crocheted a bunch of swatches for you here in different types of yarn and different colors to show you how this wonderful stitch pattern looks. I don't even know what to call it. But here I've added some small openings, some special stitches to create this lace effect, and I ended up with these kinds of branches again, maybe even frosty branches. But I think this stitch is perfect for summer projects. I haven't seen this stitch pattern anywhere else and came up with it myself. If it existed somewhere else, then so be it. If it didn't, well, now it's here on my channel, and I'm going to show you how it's worked. Of course, it's crocheted, so please give it a like. I have a playlist with many other patterns in this technique, brioche crochet or crochet that looks like knitting, and let's start crocheting. I'll be using two swatches here. It's the same stitch pattern made with two different types of yarn. For the first swatch, I took a cotton acrylic blend. It's not twisted, more of a roving style yarn, and I got this very delicate and very soft yellow swatch. The second swatch is made from mercerized cotton. It's thicker and has more body, but the stitch pattern still looks quite textured, raised, and very beautiful. For the stitch pattern, I'm making a chain in a multiple of 4, plus 2 stitches for symmetry. I've chained 18 stitches. And first, a little bit of theory. This stitch, like most of my patterns in this crochet like knitting or brioche crochet technique, I don't separate them into tiny sections. I count them like this: 1 row there, 1 row back. Again, 1 row there, 1 row back, 1 row there, 1 row back. And so for me, this pattern consists of just 2 rows, a right side row and a wrong side row. And all you need to know to make the stitch pattern is how to make a chain stitch, a slip stitch, and a yarn over slip stitch. It's very simple and very effective. Look how lacy this stitch turns out. So the first row will be the right side row, the one I work from right to left. And it will have many small short segments. But I hope you're already familiar with some of my videos in this technique, where I explain it this way almost everywhere. So first row, first segment, chain 1 for the turn. I insert my hook into the second chain from the hook, 1, 2, into the back loop only, like this. Grab the working yarn, pull it through, and make a slip stitch. 1, into the next stitch, same way in the back loop only, 2, into the next stitch in the back loop only, 3, and into the next stitch in the back loop only, 4. The first segment is done. It had 4 slip stitches. Next, the second segment. Chain 1 for the turn your work, and in the second segment, there will be 4 yarn over slip stitches. I make a yarn over. Into the second chain from the hook, I insert the hook into the back loop. All stitches here will be worked in the back loop, and I work 4 slip stitches in the back loop. 1, 2, 3, and into the last stitch, 4. Chain 1 for the turn. The second segment is also done. And so now, the next third segment. You could say that in the third segment, the pattern repeat begins. So how is it worked? Into the second chain from the hook, I insert my hook, grab the working yarn, and make a slip stitch, 1. Then chain 2, 1, 2. Then on the row below, I count 2 stitches, 1, 2, I skip them, and I insert my hook into the back loop of the third stitch, and I make another slip stitch. Look, I've got a small element here, right? An arch, a slip stitch, 2 chains, and a slip stitch. And I find myself at a step, which means I need to make a join. How do I do the join? I insert my hook into the bar of the previous row, like this. And into the back loop of the row below, I grab the working yarn,
pull it through 1, and then I work 3 more slip stitches for a total of 4. 2, 3, 4. There! The first repeat in the pattern has started. The first element of the repeat is this pass. 1 slip stitch, 2 chains, 1 slip stitch, and 4 slip stitches from the row below. Chain 1 for the turn, turn. And the next element is 4 yarn over slip stitches. I always start in the second stitch from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 1 for the turn, and turn. And that's the repeat for this stitch pattern, right? We go this way, and we go back.
So first the arch, then 4 stitches from the row below, and then 4 yarn over slip stitches back. And we'll repeat this to the end of the row. Again, an arch, 4 slip stitches from the row below, 4 yarn over slip stitches back. And so I work until I get to the very end. At the end, I'll have 2 stitches left, because remember, we chained a number of stitches that's a multiple of 4 plus 2 for symmetry. So let's quickly work to that point. A slip stitch, 2 chains, a slip stitch, and 4 slip stitches from the row below. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 1 for the turn and turn. 4 yarn over slip stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 1 for the turn and turn. A slip stitch, 2 chains, 1, 2. A slip stitch, a join with the row below, and 4 slip stitches from the row below. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 1 for the turn and turn, and 4 yarn over slip stitches in the opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 1 for the turn, turn. A slip stitch, 2 chains, a slip stitch, and here, look, only 2 stitches are left, so we make 2 slip stitches into the row below. There's no room for 4. 1, 2. Chain 1 for the turn and turn. And we only make 2 yarn over slip stitches. 1 and 2. Chain 1 for the turn and turn. And we finish this row with 2 regular slip stitches. And look, this is what the first row looks like. It's worked from right to left. With that, my first row is completely finished. And next will be the second row. Actually, the second row has the same sequence of numbers, 8, 4, 8, 4, but the arches and the types of slip stitches change a bit, but the sequence is the same. So I make a chain 1 for the turn, turn, and in the opposite direction, I start the second row. It's 4 yarn over slip stitches. I start, as always, in the second chain from the hook. 1, 2. I reach the first step. I insert my hook into the bar, into the strand. Here, the join will be on the right side, so we need to make a neat join.
I pick up 2 strands, then I yarn over and go into the row below. Like this, I pull it snug.
And into the next stitch, the 4th yarn over slip stitch. Again, I pull it snug. Chain 1 for the turn and turn. Now there will be an arch. The arch is exactly the same. Into the 2nd chain from the hook, I insert my hook and work a slip stitch, then 2 chains. And into the last stitch, 1 slip stitch. And then the repeat will begin, and consequently, what we will be repeating. Chain 1 for the turn, turn. 8 yarn over slip stitches. So for all the steps I encounter, I make joins. 1, 2, 3. Next is a step, so I make a join. I insert my hook into 2 strands. I yarn over on the hook. I pull it snug, that's 5. Into the next stitch, 6. Again a step, so I make another join. I insert my hook into 2 strands. 7. And 8. Chain 1 for the turn and turn. And the 2nd element of the repeat is the arch itself. I insert my hook into the 2nd chain from the hook. I make a slip stitch, then 2 chains, and another slip stitch. And there you have the element we'll be repeating. 8 yarn over slip stitches and an arch of 4 stitches on the way back. 8 yarn over slip stitches, an arch of 4 stitches. 8 yarn over slip stitches, an arch of 4 stitches. It's all the same here. At the end, there will be 2 stitches left that are outside the repeat, which are needed for staggering and for symmetry. That's why they are worked a bit differently. So I work 8 yarn over slip stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, a join, 5, 6, a join, 7, 8, chain 1 for the turn, turn. An arch of 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3. And a slip stitch. 4. Chain 1 for the turn and turn. And again, 8 yarn over slip stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Insert hook under 2 threads, yarn over, and insert hook into the row below. 5, 6, 7, 8. Chain 1 for the turn and turn. And the arch. A slip stitch, 2 chains, and 1 slip stitch. Chain 1 for the turn, and I finish this row. Here, only 6 yarn over slip stitches are left. 1, 2, 3, 4, a join, 5, 6, chain 1 for the turn, turn, And I don't make an arch here, just 2 slip stitches. 1, 2. Chain 1 for the turn, and 2 yarn over slip stitches in the opposite direction. And with that, the second row will be done. There it is, 1 branch is finished. Next, to get a pattern like this, we just repeat the first and second rows. First, second, first, second, first, second row to the desired height. The only exception will be in the third row. When you work it, you will encounter joins. There will be more joins here than in the first row, because the first row is worked from a foundation chain, while the third row is worked on top of a previously crocheted row. So the third row will have more joins, but they are all done the same way. They are all done as I showed you how they are made in an odd-numbered row, and as I showed you how they are done in an even-numbered row. To make a flat edge for the swatch, because here I have a flat edge, and here I also have a flat edge, all such patterns are worked the same way. They all have the same principle for a flat edge. So, chain 1 for the turn. Here, we just work this row without turning. All stitches are slip stitches in the back loop. I see a step, so I make a join. And then the edge straightens out. The scalloped, ribbed edge disappears, and it becomes straight like this. See? If you continue to work, the row will be absolutely... And this is the kind of stitch pattern you should get. It's perfect for summer projects, for tops, for cardigans. You see, I specifically added chain stitches here to create small openings, to get this nice little lace effect. You could also probably make blankets, some stoles, and scarves for warmer, or rather, for colder weather. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a like, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.